Mr. President, over the weekend, I joined Senator Tim Kaine of Virginia on a trip to Guatemala and Honduras. With us were Senators Merkley, Butler, Welch, as well as Guatemalan American Congresswoman Torres of California and Ramirez of Illinois. Both Guatemala and Honduras have struggled with conflict, corruption, stark inequality, and fragile democratic governments. Many of us have forgotten that until the 1980s, much of Latin America was led by military dictators, sometimes with Cold War-era support of the United States. Guatemala's bloody 36-year civil war only ended in 1996. It's a reminder of why the U.S. attention to this region's nascent and often fragile democracies is so important. Guatemala is facing a deeply challenging presidential transition. In October, Bernardo Arevalo won in a decisive landslide election where he pledged to tackle endemic corruption. Early polls showed him at 3% of the vote. When the final election took place, he won by 20%, a 1 million vote plurality. But outgoing President Giammattei and Attorney General Porras are unfortunately attempting to undermine that peaceful transition ahead of the January 14th inauguration. I might add that unlike other elections in Central and South America, this election where Mr. Arevalo prevailed was monitored by international sources, and the votes were challenged in court, counted, and found to be still in his favor overwhelmingly. In fact, shortly after President Giammattei didn't show up for a meeting with us one morning, his government crudely tried to annul the recent election results. This clumsy coup attempt, which was globally rejected, must not succeed. The Guatemalan voters' choice must be respected. I want to raise the attention of the Senate to two Guatemalan political prisoners we asked about, but we were denied an opportunity to visit in prison. Former prosecutor Virginia La Parra and journalist Jose Ruben Zamora. You won't be surprised to hear that both focused on issues of corruption, which is why they landed in jail on nonsense charges. I look forward to working with the new President-elect Arevalo once he is sworn in, and hope their release will be one of his early actions. In 2021, neighboring Honduras elected its first female president, Xiomara Castro, who many hoped would bring much-needed change after decades of misrule and instability. Though she claims repeatedly to be an ally of the United States and closely aligned with our values, there have been some actions by her government in transition which raise serious concerns about commitment to democratic norms, and unfortunately evidence of close ties to China, Cuba, Venezuela, and even Russia. President Castro still has an opportunity to show that we can work together for the common values that we share. I hope she takes that path. Early in Senator Kaine's adult life, he spent a year in a Jesuit mission teaching Hondurans how to be carpenters and welders. It was at a Jesuit school for impoverished children where he gave a year of his life. I want to commend Tim Kaine for that effort, what he calls his North Star in his life, that helped to make him a thoughtful leader and one of the most admired senators on the floor. His commitment to the region is a reminder that we still have important allies and responsibilities in our own neighborhood.